Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome back to our cozy corner of YouTube called Survive the Shows. Today we are joined by an amazing guest, Philip Boyd, who portrays Harry Carlton in the upcoming Great American movie Learning to Love, and Nate in Lifetime movie Kidnapping in the Grand Canyon. Welcome and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And let's begin. Can you tell us a little bit about Harry in Learning to Love?
A little bit about Harry and learning to love. Well, the character is a man who lost his wife due to cancer, and he had two young girls that he was left with to raise, and he wanted to give them a proper education, and he wanted to homeschool them, and the previous teachers that he had used didn't work out so well. And so he interviewed this one girl by happenstance. She walks into the wrong office, and she used to be a teacher. And it just so happens that they found a way to have her come into the house and teach the girls. And in the interim, they formed a relationship.
Great. And what initially attracted you to the role of Harry?
Well, I had worked with the director before, Damien, and on a movie that we shot in Savannah, Georgia. And he approached me to act in this movie, and he said it was going to be for Pure Flix, and then now the Great American Family Network has the rights to the film as well. But we were going to shoot it in Miami, and I worked with Damien before, and he's such a amazing man and a great director. So I jumped at the chance to do it.
Great. And what do you think makes the romance between Harry and Stephanie in the movie so special and captivating?
Well, for Harry, he had pretty much closed off his emotional life due to the fact of losing his the mother of his children. So I don't think that he was able to really let himself go and connect with another female, because I think he still had grief and love for her. So it makes it hard to move on past that sometimes when you've had the love of your life that has your daughters. And a lot of people close off and say that's it, no more. I had the love of my life, and to have somebody come in, it is a breath of fresh air that looks at the positive of things. And I just made him open his heart up a little bit more to know that it's okay to move on, and that maybe his wife would want him to be happy and to learn to love again.
Yeah. And what do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie?
Well, I hope that people enjoy the the romance build, and also the character development of a guy who's completely closed off to seeing that it is okay to move on after that. Grief for people is very, there's no definition of really what people go through. So I think for people to see it visually, maybe they get a chance to also open up themselves.
Yeah. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast on set?
So this is an interesting story. Uh, I I had done a show that's going to be coming out on the Great American Family Network as well, called Shadrach. And during Shadrach, I got to shadow the director, Sean McNamara, a little bit. And so when I showed up to Miami to do this film, Learning to Love, I was talking to the director, Damien, about this. And he goes, well, maybe you can direct one day, maybe we'll have you, direct a few scenes and see what happens. And that was the first day of filming. Now, the next morning, I get a phone call from Damien saying, Philip, my wife has had to go into she has to go into emergency surgery. I've got 3 kids. I got to take care of them. I don't know what to do. Is there any way you can direct today? So I said, sure. Yeah. So I directed that day. And then the next day I directed. And on the third day, they came to me and they said, listen, we like what you're doing. Will you direct the rest of the movie? And we'll be here to ask you any, answer any of your questions if you have any. And we'll just let you go ahead and take the reins. And so that question to me, how was it like working with the actors? It was really, it was one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given on a set. And I'll say that because I really got to know the actors, not only from the character that I was portraying, but from the story point of view of trying to like tell this story the best way I could, with getting to know the actors on a more personal level, and also get to meet the kids' parents and work with them and take them off to the side, and also teach them a little bit about filmmaking at the same time with the camera angles and what we're doing and setting up the shots and stuff. So it was such an amazing experience, because to see the joy in the little girl's eyes, and I think they're superstars in the making, but it was really a wonderful experience for me.
Great. And what can you tease about your character journey without spoilers?
For learning to love.
Yes, yes.
Oh, let's see. Well, see, it took on a different meaning. I don't say meaning, but it took on a different path when I started to direct it too, because I wasn't just doing my character, I was also doing the relationships with everybody. So to try to like tell that story the best way we could, it took on a lot of different levels, and to look at the story from the director point of view and the actor, because I would be acting and directing at the same time. So for me, the character development was very stoic in the beginning, and then he started to soften, and then also I think get out of his normal routine in life of just work, 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 and then taking care of the girls, to also getting involved in like other activities with fitness and cooking and things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. And what was your favorite scene or moment while filming Learning to Love?
Uh,
If
one of
you
my
can say.
favorite scenes, yeah, one of my favorite scenes was when Ina's character came to teach the girls about Noah's Ark, and in the religious version of the movie.
Yeah.
And the girls built this ark, and they were all jumping and they got to play in these things. It was just such a joyous thing to see. And also, one of the perks of being in this business and doing this job is that the house we shot in was in Miami. It was like this $13 million house with an elevator and a huge, like, we were there for like 2 weeks. So that was pretty amazing.
Great. Great. And thank you, Philip, for joining us with us today
Of
and,
course.
and sharing your experience. Remember that Learning to Love will premiere today, Saturday, September 2nd, on Great American Family. And Kidnapping in the Grand Canyon will premiere today, Saturday, September 2nd, on Lifetime Channel.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've had 2 movies open on the same day or be on the same day. It's
Yeah.
I'm telling people to, I don't know, record them.
It's a great day for you.
Guess so.
Yeah. And thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.